Hello everyone, welcome back. It's once again time to sharpen our tech skills and to present ourselves in a much better way. I just hope that this video too would be helpful to you as the previous ones were. Apologies at the very outset for the delay in putting up new video. I was just hooked up with many other assignments. Recently I learned something new of incorporating our PowerPoint slides in OBS. And this technique was very much helpful for me and it saved my time as well as energy. And I do believe that this will be helpful to you too in saving your time as well as energy and at the same time presenting it in a much more beautiful and professional manner. I believe this tutorial will be helpful to facilitators, to teachers, to educators, to those who lead webinars, and I believe also to all those who are involved in youth and teen activities, whether it be taking classes or leading a singing session. So let's dive into this tutorial and let's see what's new in store for us. Now, when we prepare a PowerPoint presentation, one of the most important thing or the requirement that is there is we need to have a template. Everyone is not so creative enough to prepare a own template of themselves. We have many sites available to us which offer free templates and which will certainly help us in identifying a template and just incorporating the things that we want to put forward in our slides. I like to bring to your notice few such websites which does offer us free templates for that. One of the sites that I use a lot is slidesgo.com. The second website that we can also look into is the website called as slidesmania.com. The third site that I would like to introduce which would be helpful for you is slidescarnival.com. There is yet another site known as Plantilla's powerpoint.com, which too is very much helpful. We also have myfreeslides.com, and yes, we have our Canva, which I use often. Here too we have different presentation templates that are available which are free for us to use. Now what I'll be helping you out, how is it that we can put in ourselves in this particular PowerPoint and at the same time present a PowerPoint slide using the OBS. Now for that, I'm just using one of the slides from the slidesgo.com. I'll just use the first slide that has come up under the segment, under the category, the latest themes. And here I just download it. You have the option of downloading it as a Google slide or as a PowerPoint slide. So I download it as a PowerPoint slide. We can see our file being downloaded. And once it is downloaded, I just open it. And once it is open, I enable editing, and this is the file that we have received. Now this is just for our understanding, right? You can take in any of the slide and you can incorporate. But how we need to do this? Now once we receive this, what is it that we need to do? We need to have a background image wherein we will be placing ourselves for the audience to see. For that, what I usually do is that I will create one more slide. I will add one more slide, and this will give a same kind of background that this slide is having. Now, two ways we can do this. One is we can take this image itself, right? We can take this. You cannot do anything with regard to the background over here because this is by default that has come over here. But when you look at the layout, there are few options that are available for us. And from this layout, we can choose any one of these. Now, I would like to choose one of the blank layout. The reason being, I just want to have this gray color. That is the only thing that I want to have. There is yet another way that you can do this. What you can do is choosing layout, you can select this section, right? You can select this section. Just a minute. Yeah. Choosing this layout, you can select this section header and you delete all these files. You delete all these files. Now what you need to do? You need to save this as an image. When you save this as an image, you go to JPEG, right? The option JPEG, and there you put a name. I'll just put a name as pic, right? pic01, and I'll save this. It will ask whether you want to save all the slides or just this one. So I'll put just this one. Now what I'll be doing is I'll open up a new file of PowerPoint, and when I open up a new file, this is how the default screen comes in. You go to the layout section and you choose blank, and from insert you will insert the picture that you have saved, right? So this device, and this was the picture, picture 1. So this picture comes in like this. Now I just want this gray background to appear. That is the reason why I selected it. I don't want this portion that is here below. So two ways that I can do it. One is I can just stretch this forward, and then I can adjust it, and I will just look, yes, and there it goes. So I will select this. Now what I'll do is I'll once again save this. I'll save this once again as a picture, right? And I'll save, I don't need this, so I'll once again click on picture 1, and this will be saved, and just this one. So now I will bring in another slide, and what am I going to do? I will be putting in the same picture once again, and here you have this picture. Now you need to be visible behind the PowerPoint presentation that you are going to do. So now how is it possible? For that to happen, you'll have to create some transparent area over here. Now, very simple, how you need to do that. You choose insert, and once you choose insert, you have the option of shapes. From this option of shapes, you can choose any shape that you like. I'll be just choosing this particular shape that is there. I'll choose an oval shape, and I'll pull it over here. I'll put it over here. Now, once you choose this particular shape, the next thing that you need to do is you'll have to put in a dark color, right? Very different from the outline, okay, and very different from the background color. So I put in a black color, and I'll put the shape outline as white. I'll just increase the thickness of it, right? So this is how it is. Now one more time, you need to save this image. One more time, we'll be choosing JPEG, and again the same picture, because you don't need the other background that is there. So once again, I will click on this, or else you can save the background file as it is and give some another name, and I'll just name it as pic1 circle, right? And so once again it's asked whether you wanted just this slide, and I'll put just this one slide. Now comes the part wherein you can apply the transparency. I have once again created a new slide. I go to insert this device and pick one circle. So you have the picture that you recently saved. Now what you need to do, you have to make a portion of this file as transparent. Now in the picture format, we have an option. Once you select this, you have an option in picture format called as color, right? And once you select color, there is an option called set transparent color. And you come to the place where the circle is colored as black. You click on it, and all of a sudden the black color is gone. Now this particular portion has become transparent. Now the next important part. Now when you save this, remember this one thing. If you don't do this, the transparency will not be visible. So now what you need to do, you will click on this and you will save this picture. You will click on the option save as picture. Now when you click on the option save as picture, choose the path where you want this picture to be saved, right? And by default, the option that will appear is save as type. It will be JPEG. But what you need to do is you have to click on PNG file, that is portable network graphics, right? And you can change this and you can title it as pic transparent and you click enter. Now your transparent file has been created. Now you can minimize this or you can close this. This was a slide that we had just put in. Now we need to bring this particular PowerPoint presentation into the OBS, and thereby it would be shown to the participants, all those who are there in our meeting. So how is it being done? We will open up OBS, and once we open up OBS, I'll put in a new screen. I'll put in a new screen for us to understand. Once again about the OBS, you go to scene, put in a new scene and add sources. Now the first source that we can add, right? Now what you need to understand is this particular section that we have over here, this is, as of now, it is black. But we have an option to change the color of this background. So how can we change the color of this background? One of the things that can be done is you go to add and you choose color source. And selecting color source. Now this is very much important. What is, you know what the background of your image file is, wherein you will be placed, right? You'll be placed above or you'll be placed below the background file that is there. So you need to select a color which will go in accordance to the background image that you have made. So ours is a little bit of a gray color, right, and with a white border. And so one of the color that we can choose, we can either choose or keep it as white itself, right, and we'll just check it out how it turns out to be. So this is the white background that is there, and now I will be selecting the image with the transparency. So now I'll create the image. I'll just title this as background, and I will select the image picture transparent, and there it comes. Now you can see the circle that was there. Now you can see the white portion which is behind this particular image. You just drag it to the size that it's needed. Now the most important thing is you have to put yourselves. That is, you'll have to find a video source device. Now I usually use a mobile camera, and I use it through Droid Cam OBS. I know I have not come up with a video explaining how you can do that, but this is how I do. But for your understanding, we can use it through the webcam that is available in our laptop. I'll just show that. So I go to the option video capture device. Once I select video capture device, I will title it as webcam, and there are other files named webcam, so I'll just title it webcam 1. And here it comes. It gives us a list of video sources that can be taken. I click on it, and here I have HP wide vision, and there it comes. Now I have you can see myself over here. Now I want this behind this particular image that is there over here. So how that can be done? I'll just increase the size as how I want to appear myself. And what I'll do, I'll just drag this webcam 1 below the background, and thereby I will be behind the screen. Now I am using a green screen. One of the benefits of using a green screen is that you can change the background, right? So I'll just click on webcam. I'll just add a filter. I'll just add chroma key, and all of a sudden, as magic, there it goes. Now the white background, if you remember, the white background that we put. Now we can experiment which color might go well with this particular background that is there. So I just select another color. Even if you don't have a green screen, a dark wall or a light wall, whichever it is, just choose the template accordingly to the color of the wall that you have or color of the background that you are sitting in. So you can either choose this color, right? I'll just click OK and see this is how it turns out to be. I feel it doesn't look bad. It is almost okay. So I'll just go with this. So this is how you can make yourself appear in this particular OBS screen. Now the next task that is there in front of us is how can I bring the PowerPoint presentation to the screen? That is the next task that is there in front of us. Now that too is very much simple. You just go to the source screen over here, right? And you click on add, and from there you would add window capture option. Now before we move into this, there is one thing that we need to do in the PowerPoint presentation. Without doing that, it would be difficult for us to bring the PowerPoint presentations in this OBS. So what is it that we need to do? We'll be going back to the PowerPoint. I'll just close this. I need not save this. So I have this one PowerPoint file open. Now what we need to do that? We will have to change a small setting. And what is that setting? You will have to go to Slideshow. Once you go to Slideshow, there is an option called Setup Slideshow. And in Setup Slideshow, when you click it, by default, the show type would be clicked on Presented by Speaker or Full Screen. What you have to do is we have to choose this option, the second option, that is browsed by an individual or window. And then you click OK. Now what is the difference? Why we need to do that? I'll just show you. Before, as in the default case, it is like this. Now when you do Slideshow, it comes up like this. Now you cannot minimize the screen. There is no option wherein you can minimize the screen. You can move this, but you cannot minimize this. So we need to minimize it. We need to have it in another window so that OBS can take up that. So for that reason, we go to Slideshow, Setup Slideshow, browsed by an individual, and we press OK. Now just see the difference. Now when I click on Slideshow, over here, the icon below, I click on Slideshow. Now this is a window which can be minimized accordingly how big I need it. So this is how it has turned out to be. Now here we come back to OBS, and now as I said, window capture. Window capture, I will title it as PowerPoint. There are few other programs also. So I will write it at PowerPoint tutorial. Yes, here we go. And I press OK. Now here it comes. It automatically detects if by chance you have one or two PowerPoint slides open, right? You can just drag this drop down bar, and from there you can select which window you want to present to the audience. And here by default it has chosen this. I will click OK. Now I will bring it over here, and I'll just increase its size to as much as I need it. Right here. Now I can remove this slide 1 of 55 and the options that are there, which is available over here, right? I will bring my cursor to this particular square box, and I'll press Alt. I hope you remember. I press Alt, and I just drag it up, and there it goes. Now I have my PowerPoint presentation over here, and at the same time I have this presentation over here. Now one good thing about this, I'll just put it over here so that yes, it looks little more better. I'll just drag it over here. Now what you can do is the PowerPoint presentations can be done by this window. You just click on next, and it goes on appearing as and when you want to say. You can animate in the way that you want it, and here it goes. So this is much more simpler, much more easier. If you remember before this in the tutorial, that is how I also used to do. I would make an image file of all these things. If this is the Gary Studios, I'll make an image file, I'll save it, then I'll have to come to this add button, I'll have to put in this. So you can just imagine one presentation that I had to make, it would have almost about 65 to 70 image files. So you can just imagine the time that was required to prepare a presentation of that sort. But that way, now this has become way more simpler. And this is how we can do. If you want all of a sudden to go to a slide, you can go to slide. Nothing of that will appear over here. And you can choose from whichever slide you want to go. You can straight away go to that introduction. One thing that you can do is, you have this option wherein you deselect this capture cursor, and OK. And when you move your cursor during on the PowerPoint slide over here, it will not be visible. So this is one of the most simplest way that you can do a presentation. Now I said this is useful for those who are involved in the youth and teen activities, as well as for all the facilitators. In the same way, I'll just for a very quickly, I'll just maximize this. I will just move to these basic default way that it appears. And how is it that we can do it? I'll open up a new slide. Okay, I'll open up a new slide. The layout is blank, and I will format this background. As of now, I'm filling in a color. Okay, I'm filling in a color. I fill it up with this color, and I now come up with a box over here. Now this is where I want my singing team to appear. Okay, this is where I want my singing team to appear. Right, or if it is only one or two, right, the space will do. So this is where I want my singing team to appear. So I will just make this particular color as white. Okay, and or else you can make it red, because oh yes, it will be, I'll make it as black, and I will give the shape outline as white, and I will increase the size. I'll just increase the size of this to 10. Okay, so that is how it is. So this slide is prepared. Now, as I told you before, just go to save as, and save as JPEG file, and you name it as singing, okay, 1, and press enter. I just want to save this one file. Now, I will put in another slide. I will insert the file that I had saved. If you remember, right, this is just a revision. And you'll select this file, you'll go to picture format, you'll go to color, and there set transparent color, and there, as a magic, it goes, right? So now this file is ready. Now what else you need? You need the lyrics of the song. Now, just for sake of understanding, let us see if we want the lyrics. What a friend in Jesus we have. What a friend we have in Jesus. The lyrics of that, I just take 2 stanzas of that. I copy it. I come back over here. I paste it over here. I will just change the font. I will just change the font to the font that I like. I'll just increase the size of this. I will change the font color. I'll change the font color, and I will place it over here. Now I have this image ready. Now what I will do is that I will select everything, right? I will click on one of the images. I'll just show you once again. I'll click on one of the image. This is also an image, and this too is a text box. So I will click Control A. So everything is selected. I will right click and save as picture, and here it has come as portable network graphics, so you need not do anything. I will title it as Singing with Lyrics, and I will put enter. So that is how it is. Now I go back to OBS, and since you might be seeing that this has been big, because this is a window of the PowerPoint slide that is there, if you remember, right? This is the slide that is there. Once I put in slideshow and I minimize it, here it comes back to normal. So nothing to worry. As and when this window gets big, that will affect over here too. That is the only thing that you need to understand. Now I will close this PowerPoint presentation. Okay, and now I will change the background of singing with lyrics. I will put it over here, and I'll press OK. Now if you see, this is a very big file. So if you remember the option, it is Control F, and there it comes. Now I'll have to adjust myself. Right, I'll have to adjust myself a little, right? So I'll bring the webcam over here. If we have 2 people over here, we can do it in the way that we like. Now this is if you remember the color source, the background of this. If I want it as black, I can change it to black color source, and there it goes. And see, there it comes. It is so simple and so easy. So I just hope that this tutorial has been helpful to all those out there. One thing that I said was I use I'm not using the webcam of the computer, but I use the mobile camera. And the mobile camera I use it through a software called Droid OBS. I'll just show you the difference of the Droid OBS that you find over here. So I just click OK. See, you have an option of choosing the resolution. So I have the option of choosing the resolution 1920 by 1080, right, which is full HD. And here I refresh the device list, and I click on the device, and there in a second I'll be able to get my device. I will click on allow hardware acceleration and I'll say activate, and in a second or two it needs to come, it will be coming on the screen. Right, and there it comes. So you can just look at it and you can make out what great difference there is between the webcam as well as the image quality that is there with regard to webcam and with regard to the mobile camera, right? You can see both. I'll just put in the filters so that it is little more visible for you, and here it goes. Right, so here it goes. I can see, it will see the difference that is there in the webcam as well as in the mobile camera. So what I usually do is I use this the mobile camera. I'll bring it down, right, so I can adjust this as I want, and here you can do the singing session and it will be so good. So I basically wanted to help you out with this. Basically it was the PowerPoint, including the PowerPoint in your presentation, because it makes the work so easy. I just hope and I pray that this tutorial has been helpful to you in a little way. If at all you need any assistance in anything, you can put it down in the comment section below and I will surely help you out. So that is it for today. I hope this session has been helpful and beneficial to you. If there is anything that I can help out with, please do surely send in your messages and I will surely try my level best to help you out with the things that I know. Together we can do many things, and together we can do things in a much more better way. So let us use the things that God has given to us and let us use it for the extension of His kingdom. Thank you once again for joining. If you have not subscribed, as I always say, you can subscribe. Click on the bell button so that you'll receive a notification as and when I upload a video. All the videos which I had done before this, I will be putting in a link in the description below, so that if at all you want to go and do a very quick revision, it is possible for you. So till we meet again, may the good Lord be with all of us. God bless you. Thank you very much for joining in this session of Tech Fuel. Have a blessed day ahead.